There we go. Should be good now. I don't know how loud or quiet it'll be, but I guess I can hear my voice in the video. I don't know how loud or quiet it'll be, but okay, sounds good. Let's go ahead and put my picture up here now. There I am. Hello everyone, welcome to the Hedgehog Zone. This guy right here in the corner, this little picture that you see, that's me. The Foxboy Axe with the Sonic facts here. Right here. I know the picture doesn't move a whole lot, but this is the best I got. Whoa, 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 whoa. We're talking about the Sonic timeline here. You've seen people post about it probably. Maybe you watch their videos, maybe you haven't. But I'm the Foxboy X with the Sonic facts. I'll be posting a video about it soon as well. Go into it in an actual video. Because I've seen some people confused. Some people are like, whoa, new information. This information, we already had it, guys. They're just organizing it just so that all the speculation we've made, it's confirmed. Basically. We'll let you know what's true and what's not. And I'm going to look at it and I'm going to tell you, hey, is this right? I mean, it's official, so it's right. But, like, did they mess up their own stuff? We'll find out. Joining me today, of course, is, you know, my good buddy, Geo. I don't know if this is a good...
Hello, everyone. I'm the co-host with most sanity and intros, Geo, and all that howling did a number on me.
Hi, Geo.
Hi.
We're gonna be talking about, you know, the Sonic timeline stuff, and then we got one more, obviously, to go. Here she is.
Meow. It's me, Hailey, the Ray Cat. And, I see Sire has commented. They say, well, if it isn't my favorite furry.
You say that now, like, you all love us.
Let me move this background around a little bit. Let's see. I think it's in a good spot. Let me go ahead and lock it up. Throw away the key. Okay.
Like, never be moved again.
Thank you for joining, Sire. Thank you for joining Novel Jazz. Hello, hear you. Sound good. I hear you too. In my dreams, I hear the voices of the silent screams for joy in Sonic. Yeah. The problem is chronic. I started writing poetry for some reason, but
Dang.
to not show passion for Sonic would be treason! Oh, bars! Oh! Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah, we all a little crazy today.
That was freestyling.
It was. It was. Bravo, sir. Bravo.
In the corniest of fashions. But hey, who doesn't like corn, you know?
Exactly.
Alright, so again, Sonic facts is what we're talking about. Let's see if that tracks. I'm gonna just be doing that all day, I guess. And I'm not.
Yes. If we're going into timelines, I better grab me a Sonic screwdriver.
Alright. So let's go ahead and change this background up here. Let's see, what do we got? Window full adjusted. Let's see, hold on. Is this Sonic channel? Because that's where all the truth lies. Let's see, turn this off. Is that visible enough? How much is that showing? Hold on.
It looks good to me.
I'll just make sure nothing's cut off, you know?
Yeah.
Hold on. When do we get down to the good stuff? There's Maria!
Maria.
Where's the timeline? The sacred timeline. This is this it?
Hey,
No, it's
more
titles.
people in the chat. Hello.
That's the titles. Hey, how's it going? Hello.
Shout out to the chat. We should read it.
Sire said, kinda almost forgot You existed because you stream every millennia. I almost forgot how much you needed a Tic Tac for all that poop you're talking. Hello, hello, Common the Echidna. Common? That's not a very...
It's been a while.
It's not a very common name either.
Well, maybe not in your circle, but in mine, it is very common.
Sire
True, true,
said,
true.
What? Axe here is like trying to get some beef.
No.
Hey,
I'm trying to change up my diet a little bit here and there. I don't need too much beef. History?
what do you mean? Beef is good for you.
What? Wait, hold on. Where's the thing that everyone else goes to with the timeline? Hold
You
on.
should have asked Grace.
Grace?
Yeah, she did that video on the timeline.
Yeah. Okay.
Everyone's talking about the timeline.
Hold on, let me go back to this real quick. Let's see.
Sire says, excuse me?
Sonic channel timeline. Let's just do that. Maybe they'll have a link to it. Okay, hold on. No, I wanted the link to the timeline itself.
While we wait, might as well talk about the Marvel and Sonic comic.
That's
Y'all
not.
seen that?
No, yeah, you just did the infamous crime there.
Why?
You said
You
Marvel.
confused DC with Marvel.
It's DC?
Nope.
It's
Oh
the
my
Justice
gosh!
League. It's not the Avengers.
Oh my gosh. Greatest sin. Doesn't even know the dang comics.
Sire said it will turn you into fresh rotisserie.
Rotisserie fire of
Whoa.
foxes.
Wait.
So, I'm sorry.
That is,
I meant to say the DC and Sonic comics.
yeah. Also, sorry. Don't start that kind of beef, okay? Because we don't have our resident chicken man with us here, so wait till he shows up, if he ever does.
If he ever does. Alright, so like, the comic, I think it was kind of funny, kind of cute.
Sorry for the music suddenly stopping, but
I think it was funny how Sonic called Amy his bestie. And then she's like, doesn't even acknowledge that. She's like, oh, thank you for your help. What I think she really should have said it was... Oh, sorry, I heard an echo. What Amy really should have said, he's lying. He's my boyfriend.
oh, I thought you said that you thought she would say and soon to be girlfriend or something.
No. She's his
That's what she said
self-proclaimed
last
girlfriend,
time.
remember? So
Yeah.
I'm like,
No, yeah, I thought
they don't
you...
do that anymore? I just think it's funny. It'd be kind of funny. If she's like, no, his girlfriend. And the Sonic could be like, Amy, seriously?
Wait, what? Hold on.
But
Do you
I
know what
get
she's
it.
talking about, Gio?
I'm looking at the live, and all it said, I'm getting is a big repeat button.
Yeah, because everything closed. Oh, you're talking about on YouTube.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, on YouTube. Anyways. Sorry, can you repeat that? My brain has been spacing a lot. My brain has been through a lot lately since the last stream.
Oh, I just said that
Things, man.
if anyone has noticed the DC and Sonic comics. And then like,
Yeah, I mean,
oh sorry.
No, she's talking about specifically what Sonic called Amy.
Oh.
He called her his
So, to be
bestie.
fair,
So cute.
oh, yeah.
But I'm all
Yeah,
like thinking,
I bet the Son Amy fans really like that. Wink,
wink, wink, besties. But I'm saying, she seemed like she just like did acknowledge that. She's like, hey, thanks for your help. And it's like, the real Amy would have said, actually, he's my boyfriend.
Yeah. Yeah. I think they're trying to tone that down just a little bit.
Actually, I'm his girlfriend. I'm gonna go draw
They're
that
trying
now.
to erase it. They're trying to gaslight us. It never happened. The past 30 years was nothing.
Yeah. Look, we acknowledge the bad people. I know that phase of Amy will live in infamy, but sometimes we gotta acknowledge it that it happened, okay?
But also,
I think
it's
it's
what made it
cute.
but also, it's like it wasn't even a bad thing. Like the later parts where she got angry and possessive, that was bad. But like her general like relationship with Sonic, I'm like that was fine.
Yeah. But yeah, so to be honest, I don't usually keep up with comics, like nearly at all, unless there's something big going down. I have to research it. So, but I have seen a few panels here and there in other servers that I'm in be brought up. And so far, the favorite panel, of course, I have the biggest bias to it, is the interaction between Bats and Shadow. It's like, come on, it's my boys! It's my boys!
I don't know what happened, so I'll find out later. I only know like the part where Sonic called Amy his bestie.
Yeah, okay, so I won't spoil it, and chat, please don't spoil it either for her. Let her be surprised.
I saw like Sonic and the Flash just like talking with each other, and then like both of them are really competitive. They're like,
Sonic...
I'm the fastest.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like, yeah. Flash was like, I'm speed personified, and Sonic's like, I'm speed perfected. Get up to my level.
But like, we all know. I'm just kidding. I was gonna heat up the chat. I would be like, we all know that the Flash is obviously faster.
Yeah, clearly.
Yeah, about that.
You're like, no.
Okay, well, it depends on who's wearing the mantle. If it's Barry Allen, maybe. If it's Wally West, I've seen him go up against the comic Sonic. It did not end well.
If the Flash is wearing a red costume, he's faster than Sonic.
Wally West also wears a red costume.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Treated him.
So I'm just saying that's what I'm saying. If Flash is wearing a red costume, he outruns Sonic. If they're wearing a yellow costume, probably even.
Okay. I'm just gonna leave it at that.
You know, as a Sonic fan and Sonic facts connoisseur, I'm just saying. Sometimes
just
you gotta face reality.
You gotta take an L sometimes, you know?
It's not really an L. If you don't accept your L's, it becomes a bigger L. And the only good L's are the ones from Death Note.
I mean, that is true.
So yeah, sorry folks, we are trying to find the...
How do I do that? A Sonic
timeline.
World Story, where's that at? Event?
Let's see if I can whip up an answer.
Hold on. Sonic Channel, Sonic World Story.
Maybe it's that one.
Yeah, but this isn't even from Sonic Channel.
Oh. Sorry, we're trying to figure out.
Yeah, I'm like, wait a minute, how do you find it? I went to history and it's just the game history. And I'm like, what? Topics? Characters? History? Am I missing something here?
Can someone in the chat help us?
It's under topics, right? Information.
It should be under topics.
Is it on the 20th? That was 3 days ago, so it has to be this, right? So topics, let's see. We got Sonic Channel fan card, Sonic character introduction, history.
I think it's right there.
Sonic World Story. Found it! Yes! I did it!
Good job!
You did
Yay!
it!
Alright. So, like, let's talk about it.
Let's bring it up on screen.
There it is. It's on screen.
It's cut off.
Yeah, I told you. I told you.
What about my screen?
Oh yeah, your screen. Hold on. Turn that off. Where is the thing that I'm sharing from, actually? It's from here, right? Okay, unlock. Oops. Let's see. What do we got here? Make this a little bit smaller. Dun, dun.
That looks pretty good.
Yep, and then I gotta move you, Hailey. You're in the way.
Okay, see ya.
Okay, Hailey. You're just gonna be up here for a bit. Geo, I gotta move you too.
That's fine.
We'll
I'll
be
stick to the shadows.
we'll be over here.
He is a mask. One of us two
Oh
wear a
wait,
mask.
actually, I was wrong. You're gonna be over here, Geo.
Oh wait, there you go.
Hailey, you're gonna be over here. And then I will have to move out of the way. It was me the whole time. Alright, we good? Set? Yeah, let's do this. Yeah, there we go. Hey, that's what I'm talking about. Alright, cool. So, oh, I'm sorry, Gio. You said yes, you can't even see anything.
I was waiting to see if you would find out.
There you go. Alright, guys.
I am such a gremlin today.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Hedgehog Zone. 'Cause I know you just showed up. So, this is the history of the Sonic lore. You don't want to sit down?
No, I'm fine because I'm
Okay.
gonna go back to dueling.
Okay, so this is a okay. Just a reminder. I was told that this timeline here is not complete. That there are some things that are still going to be added and adjusted later on, and I will talk about Hailey. How can you talk if you're not even here?
Wow. You made her just
Okay.
relax. Oh, no, she's still there.
She walked away. She can still hear us because she's in the call. She has the earphones. Unless she has her phone with her, then I guess she could talk that way. She could just unmute her phone. But otherwise, when she's near me, she needs to mute her phone.
Alright.
Sorry, got a drink of water because I'm about to do some yapping. You too, Gio.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. What's happened?
So, as we're gonna just kind of go through it a little bit here, because see what it says, and then we're gonna talk about it a bit. So first, let me know if there's anything that confuses you or surprises you along the way, Gio. Okay? Okay?
Alright.
Okay?
Uh,
Okay.
okay.
So first we got prehistory. The destruction and regeneration by Dark Gaia and Light Gaia. At some point, Dark Gaia, which grew over millions of years, destroyed the Earth, and Light Gaia healed it, repeating the same history. Makes sense, this is the oldest thing, because this is something that goes on every tens of thousands of years.
So at some point, it's just like, hey, I'm gonna break your toys.
And
No, I'm gonna do it. Bam. Get
Next, the Ancients. If you've played Sonic Frontiers, those are Chaos's ancestors. The Ancients and the Chaos Emeralds. The Ancients take refuge on Earth with the Chaos Emeralds. A small number of their descendants escape to a place called Mystic Ruins and build a temple to the Master Emerald. Over the course of hundreds of years, thousands of years, the Ancients become Chao. So, that's the summary. As we know, in Sonic Frontiers, they escaped from their planet to avoid the End. The End followed them, and they tried to fight back, but they were wiped out. However, a group of them did escape the attack from the End. The End was sealed in cyberspace, but the refugees went to another location, which would eventually become the Mystic Ruins. The ruins being of Echidnaopolis. And they built a temple there of the Master Emerald, which is what Echidnaopolis was made next to, and where they tried to steal the Master Emerald, and until they were wiped out by Chaos. Over the course of hundreds of thousands of years, the ancients devolved into Chao because of the energy of the Master Emerald. And as we know later on, one of the Chao mutated because of the Master Emerald into Chaos, I guess looking more like his ancestors. So, some people were confused, not confused, but surprised by this placement. But, I mean, it makes sense because the Earth has its cycle, the ancients showed up, the Earth already existed. There's actually a YouTube video out there talking about the timeline, and they're just making it up on their own, like, based on observation. That's basically what's on this thing right here. No surprise. Also, just a reminder, as other channels will point out, that this is actually in Japanese. This is the English translation of the Japanese website. So some of their terminology is a little different, but you can tell what they're talking about. Like, for example, the Gaia documents, referring to the Gaia manuscripts. Gaia's destruction of Earth, the earliest record, tens of thousands of years ago. The Earth is destroyed by a super energy life form called Dark Gaia that emerged from the core of a star. This event was later recorded in the ancient document Gaia documents. I guess that implies that Dark Gaia and Light Gaia probably didn't come from Earth. They came from a star and ended up on Earth, but that this is just a new cycle. Well, new relatively.
That would make sense.
Next, let's see, tens of thousands. Oh, okay, tens of thousands of years ago, tens of thousands of years? Question mark. The ancestor of the Babylonian bandits washed up on Earth. A spaceship from far away space goes out of control, and the race that is the ancestor of the Babylon rogues crashes on Earth. The engine unit of the ship was separated at that time and is scattered around the world, later to be called the Arcs of the Cosmos, here called Arcs of the Stars. The exact time is unknown. Where can you access this, Leo the Great? That's a good question.
Yes.
It took me a while to figure it out. Just type sonic.sega.jp/sonic.sega.jp/sonic channel/character/world history. World story, sorry. Put the link in the chat. Oh wait, well, whatever, I'll do it later. I'll put a link in the chat at some point.
Yep.
Because I can't do it on my phone. Oh, now they're just talking to each other. You guys have fun down there. But yeah, so Sonic Riders lore is canon. By proxy, this means that both Riders games are also, or both other Riders games are also canon. But I always knew that. Some people said they thought it wasn't canon. Sonic Riders is canon. It has a story, it has lore. I knew it was canon. Thousands of years ago, and Sonic facts here, just to be specific, 4,000 years ago, okay? The Echidna tribe is destroyed by the wrath of chaos. The Echidna tribe attacked the temple of the Master Emerald to steal it, but their Chao companions are sacrificed, and the Echidna tribe is wiped out by the enraged chaos. You know, except a handful who made their species survive for the next 4,000 of years. That's actually pretty good for being the last of your kind and lasting 4,000 years. Wild.
Knuckles must have some crazy moisturizing ritual. I mean, he looks so good.
2,000 years ago, the Black Arms preparation for invasion of Earth. The Black Arms drops a flying temple on Griffith on Earth. Now, this could be like a little joke, Jason Griffith, but it's also possible that they meant Glyphic Canyon, because
possibly,
yeah, because you know this game pretty well, Gio, inside and out, correct?
Oh yes, I do.
So
I know exactly where they're talking about.
Good, because I remember seeing Fidel, Games Cage, and Sam Procrastinates get this part, and they were confused. And I'm like, you guys are ambassadors for Sonic. You got millions of subscribers, okay? Come on, step up your game. There is a cutscene.
It's like us lower channels can get this right. Come on, play the games more.
In Shadow the Hedgehog, Glyphic Canyon. Black Doom tells Shadow that he built this fortress 2,000 years ago in preparation for the invasion. It looks like temples and ruins, but they fly into the air. And now this is interesting. I maybe it's because it's translated from Japanese, but they spelled Emerald as ML at the top here. And what's interesting to me is that in Sonic X, they pronounced his name as ML, which people criticized. But I always thought, well, I think people write it as the letters M and L. But I always took it as they were just saying EMEL. And maybe it's because the R is silent in Japanese. They don't say Emerald, they say Emer. You know? And so that could be why. And then it made me think, well, what if his name is actually pronounced Emerald or something? So cause I always remember thinking, is it Emerald or is it Emerald? You know?
It's just one of those times where the Japanese is getting confusing.
Yeah, in English, people usually say emerald, right?
Oh, yeah.
But because it's like emerald. That makes sense. But we don't know. We've never heard his name actually pronounced out loud. So, ML? I'm okay with that too. Anyways, Emerald. In the ancient civilization, an unspecified civilization, wink wink, removed from canon.
Nudge, nudge.
In an ancient civilization, combat robots...
Wait. Who are you talking about?
Emerald.
Wait, you said ancient civilization.
In an ancient civilization, unspecified.
Oh, because we can't talk about it, right?
Yeah, because the Nocturnus tribe isn't canon anymore.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Combat robots called Gizoids are created, one of which is later named Emerald. So first off, Sonic Battle's canon. But we already knew Sonic Battle was canon. People questioning it, I'm just like, hello. If we got Gemerald, and Gemerald is now in the IDW comics, and IDW comics are canon to the games, and not only that, but also appeared in Sonic Prime, and Sonic Prime is canon to the games, then Sonic Battle is canon. So then you question. So now the only question is, how did Shadow seem to remember the whole thing with Maria and Gerald, right? So my theory is that it takes place after Shadow the Hedgehog. Let's find out if that's true or not.
Yes.
Anyways, 50 years ago, Black Doom and the Dark Pact. Black Doom contracts Professor Gerald on and offers up his own DNA in exchange for guidance on how to invade Earth 50 years from now. Shadow is then created from that DNA.
Everybody knows this one. We all know about this one.
So this literally is a deal with the devil kind of thing, right? Because
literally,
in exchange for guidance on how to invade the Earth. So Gerald knew what he was up to, and he's like, yeah, I'll help you invade the Earth and you can kill everyone. Just help me save my granddaughter. And he's like, psych, I'm going to try to destroy him. The Ark Destruction Incident. The ancient combat robot Gizoid that were subject of research within the Ark goes out of control, causing extensive damage to the Ark facilities. This is one of the reasons why Gunn intervenes in Ark. So they're basically saying that Emerald going berserk is actually the whole reason they raided the Ark to begin with.
Yeah, sure. And definitely not to cover up any sort of dirt that ties back to them. Nope, nothing at all.
Well, no, I think what they mean is like the whole reason why like they didn't just let the project continue, why they feared Project Shadow was because of Emerald. Because what happened was this, if you remember from, well, I mean, I said this anyways, but then later we got more information on it in Sonic X Shadow Generations, but Gerald used Emerald to buy time with Project Shadow. Gun attack on Ark. Maria's killed. K-word. In a sudden gun attack, Gerald, who has lost his mind due to his granddaughter's robbery of her life, prepares to take revenge on the Ark system and Shadow, but he is also imprisoned and executed by firing squad, mind I point out.
All right, let me check the chat real quick. Nella Jazz says Gerald be like, everything is worth the risk. She's my favorite. Yes, everyone loves Maria. Eggman gets no love. Lol. I mean, he got some love now. I mean, he's got a daughter.
Also, Eggman wasn't physically ill. He just looks like that.
And that is true. Now,
This is basically the only part of Sonic 06 that actually happened. Like, you would go straight from this, you skip all of that, and go straight to Sonic 1. You know?
yeah, that's weird.
Wait, the chat disconnected?
Yeah, that also happened. You were like frozen for a good 5 seconds.
Well, we're still going, yeah?
Yeah, we're still going. Just had a buffer.
Okay, gotcha. So, alright. So this part here, this part might confuse some people. Solaris experiment failed, Iblis sealed. When the Duke of Soliana's Solaris experiment failed, he sacrifices his own life to prevent the flames of calamity. Flames, that sounds cool. Flames of disaster from being awakened and destroying the world, sealing Iblis within his daughter. And this is like 10 years ago. We know that already. Obviously, they went back in time before that to blow out the candle. So this happened a little later than this, but this only happens if this doesn't happen. But since this happened, this part didn't happen. But this is when it would happen if it happened. Then
Remember, folks, time paradoxes are dangerous. Don't try them at home.
okay, Eggman attacks South Island. Sonic defeats Dr. Eggman, who attacks South Island to steal the Chaos Emeralds and prevent him from taking over the world. Sonic rescues Amy, who was kidnapped by Metal Sonic. Amy, who had a fateful encounter with Sonic on Little Planet, became embroiled in Dr. Eggman's evil deeds and was kidnapped by Metal Sonic. Sonic defeated Metal Sonic and rescued Amy, thus thwarting Dr. Eggman's ambition. So the only thing that's weird about that is that supposedly in Sonic CD, Sonic and Amy were supposed to meet up at Never Lake to watch Little Planet. This is implying that he meets her on Little Planet and saves her for the first time. But also, even though it was like a huge fan theory that Sonic CD came between Sonic 1 and Sonic 2, because literally there's no space afterwards. We already knew that Sonic 2 goes straight into Sonic 3 and Knuckles, and Sonic 4 takes place right after Sonic 3 and Knuckles, which is the alternate timeline is that Mania happens right after Sonic 3 and Knuckles, because that's classic Sonic from Generations. We'll see what this says though. So I'm okay with it being here. They kind of already suggested that in Sonic Origins. I had a theory that people didn't usually get on board with because everyone likes the popular theory. Like, oh, everyone says this, so we just go along with it. I thought it would have been cool if they made Sonic CD like a prequel to Sonic 1. Because I think it makes... I don't know. In Sonic CD, Eggman's using plants to power his robots. And then if you go in Sonic 1, he's using animals. And he's collecting the emeralds. And then you go to Sonic 2, he's using animals and collecting emeralds. And he gets the 7th emerald. You go to Sonic 3 and Knuckles, animals powering robots, collecting the emeralds and the Master Emerald. And I feel like Sonic 1, 2, 3, and Knuckles go well together. And Sonic CD just kind of feels like a filler episode when you put it here. And it's clear that Sonic and Eggman met each other and fought before Sonic 1. Like Sonic 1 just starts, but they already know each other. Because in the prologue thing in the manual, I think at some point when Sonic finds out that robots are being powered by animals, like Eggman's there and he's like, "Ha, Sonic! Now I've powered robots with your animal friends. Now you can't stop me this time," kind of attitude, you know. So whatever. Let's see. Sonic 2. The Death Egg crashes onto Angel Island. Sonic and Tails work together to defeat Dr. Eggman, who attacks West Side Island. The destroyed space fortress, the Death Egg, crashes on Angel Island. Recover the Master Emerald. Prevent the Death Egg fortress from reviving. Dr. Eggman tricks Knuckles into stealing the Master Emerald and plots to revive the crashed space fortress, the Death Egg. However, Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles work together to destroy the Death Egg, thwarting Dr. Eggman's ambitions of world domination. The Master Emerald is restored, and Angel Island rises into the sky once again. Well, at the very least, the Death Egg is in the ocean, where it stayed for a while. So now here's an interesting one. Oh, you're gonna say something else, Gio?
No.
Here's an interesting one. Here, they actually put Sonic Mania here.
That's weird.
It is weird. So, let's find out. The mysterious secret stone, Phantom Ruby. You know what? Why don't we alternate reading these, Gio?
You want me to do so?
Yeah, because then that way we don't have to like hear my voice yapping the whole time. Hailey, you want to
That's true.
alternate reading with us too, or
Yeah,
just
of course,
listen?
of course.
Okay. But how are you gonna talk?
I'll come over there.
Okay. Well, we have to do it every 2 entries then.
Yes, that's cool.
Okay. Okay, you want to read this one, Gio?
Yeah, I'll take it. The mysterious secret stone, Phantom Ruby. Oh, yeah, gotta get that ambience going on.
Yeah, sorry. I need to make sure it was looping because I had to restart the page.
No, you're good. Alright.
If you guys have any music requests, feel free.
Yes. That'd be fun to see. Alright. Yeah. Mysterious secret stone, Phantom Ruby. Dr. Eggman unearths a gem with mysterious powers called the Phantom Ruby, which sends Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles into various worlds. After being defeated by Sonic and his friends, the Phantom Ruby leaves Dr. Eggman's hands and disappears across time and space into modern Sonic's world. Sonic Forces.
And by world, of course, they mean like the time-space era.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. Again, I know they're saying that this happened. Sega, I think, said supposedly this happens in the classic Sonic timeline, but it's not true. Literally, this is the Sonic who was already in Sonic Generations, which, mind you, that's something they're missing. Later, I know they're going to talk about Sonic Generations, but if they're going to include Sonic Mania, which is the Sonic from Generations, because he goes to Forces and back again. From Forces to Sonic Mania Plus, right? That means this is the Sonic from Sonic Generations. So technically, after Sonic and Knuckles, or even if they wanted to do it earlier, they should have put Sonic Generations here for Classic Sonic. So they haven't done that yet. But technically, it happens at this point of time. Even if it's the alternate timeline, this is when it happens in the alternate timeline. So they haven't done that yet, and they're supposed to. They should. Maybe they didn't think of it. But, yeah, so this is an alternate classic Sonic. So right now, as far as I'm concerned, this is an alternate timeline happening at this point in time. The Fateful... Oh, wait, should Hailey read this next one then? Hailey, get over here.
Beep beep.
Don't take forever between each entry. We're trying to get through this.
Alright. So.
You should... Wait, turn your paper the other way so that way you can go back and forth.
Fine. So where am I reading?
Right here. This.
Alrighty. The fateful battle over the Phantom Ruby. After saving the world with modern Sonic and Sonic Forces, Sonic returns to his original time.
Don't read quietly.
He chases after the flying Phantom Ruby and discovers Mighty and Ray, who have been captured. Sonic rescues them. One of them is a fake. Sonic saves his friends and defeats Dr. Eggman, who has once again obtained the Phantom Ruby, and world peace is once again secured.
I like how you let that Robotnik sleep out, you know?
Chat disconnected. Oh, snap.
But it said reconnected.
Oh.
That happened already. That was before Novel Jazz said that they could see the chat.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that keeps happening a lot.
One of them is a fake, huh?
Yeah,
Okay,
so
so
you're saying we have a faker in our midst?
I like how it shows Sonic Mania and it shows Sonic Mania Plus, right?
Yes.
But it specifically says after saving the world and modern Sonic Forces. They should have just put Sonic Forces in here too for classic Sonic. Maybe they just haven't done it yet. Okay, here we
Wait,
go.
was I gonna read another one?
Oh, do you want to read two?
Yeah.
Go ahead. I thought we were just gonna alternate.
Dr. Eggman invades the North Star Islands. Dr. Eggman and the bounty hunter Fang the Sniper invaded the North Star Islands. They overwork and drag Trip, who lives there, around. Sonic and his friends use the Chaos Emerald's new power. Emerald Power. Wait, what? Emerald Power? To thwart Dr. Eggman and his men's evil deeds.
Cool. So Sonic Superstars takes place after Sonic Mania. Now, modern Sonic era. They're using Sonic 4 to transition between classic and modern. That's funny.
Wow.
Now, I just gotta point out, I still think that 3D Blast, Knuckles Chaotix, and Sonic R have, and Sonic Fighters even, maybe they're not considered canon. I think that there's a little bit of room for them to be canon. Maybe they don't want to consider it canon, but I think that there's room for it, you know? But then again, there's nothing really lore related in it, because it's not like they're showing every game, you know? They're just showing whatever is contributing to the lore. And so Sonic 4 is still canon, and it makes sense because they have to bring back Metal Sonic. So in my opinion, in the alternate timeline, Sonic 4 takes place after Sonic Superstars and Sonic Mania. But in the main timeline, this originally said that Sonic 4 takes place right after Sonic 3 and Knuckles. And
kind of weird.
And of course, this is why Sonic CD has to be at least before Sonic 2. Because Sonic 2 leads directly into Sonic 3. Sonic 3 and Knuckles are connected. And Sonic 4 takes place right after Sonic 3 and Knuckles. Sonic 4 Episode 2 brings back Metal Sonic and Little Planet, implying that Sonic CD already happened. So the only place for Sonic CD to have happened is at least before Sonic 2. Again, I just think it'd be cool if it took place before Sonic 1. That's just me. But I lost. To be fair, I think they only put it here because of the production history. Like, Sonic 2 and Sonic CD were in production at the same time to be a sequel to Sonic 1. And Sonic 2 just came out on top. But
yeah,
also, a lot of fans theorize that this goes here. And in my experience over the years, I feel like Sega usually makes things canon based off of things that they didn't previously care or think about, but the fan base did. So they're just like, oh, well, the fan base views it this way, we're just going to do that, you know? Like, it's happened many times with other examples as well.
I can see that.
So now, Sonic 4. Sonic and his friends save the world from the threat of perfect... Wait, what? So sorry. A fierce battle with the resurrected Metal Sonic. Dr. Eggman has completely revived Metal Sonic, and he makes the Death Egg Mark II rise above Little Planet and sets out to conquer the world. However, Sonic once again wins a fierce battle against Metal Sonic, destroying the Death Egg Mark II and dashing Eggman's ambitions. So, for people who thought this ended on a cliffhanger, no, the Death Egg Mark II was destroyed. You know.
Wah, wah, wah.
They gave it a conclusion. It's just a shame we never got an episode 3 because people were starting to like Sonic 4 at this point. And it would have been cool to see like Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles in a third entry. Oh well.
Yeah.
So I guess we'll read. You want to read 2 at a time, like Kylie was doing?
Sure. All right, this one I'll bust out the goofy voices.
Oh, well, no, okay, you read this one, I'll read the next one, and then I'll make Kylie read the next one.
Alright.
Sonic and his friends save the world from a threat of perfect chaos. Dr. Eggman releases Chaos, who is sealed away in the Master Emerald, and tries to use it to take over the world. However, Chaos goes out of control and evolves into perfect chaos, bringing the world to the brink of destruction. However, thanks to Sonic and the wishes of many people, the get. I lost my script there for a second. Thanks to Sonic and the wishes of many people, the Chaos Emeralds, which had lost their power, are restored, and Sonic transforms into Super Sonic. He stops for chaos and crushes Dr. Eggman's ambitions.
Woohoo!
Beautiful.
Ivy.
No, it's me. Now I just want to make it very clear that I know a lot of people have issues with Sonic Shuffle, but as it turns out, I don't know how well you guys can see it because no, it's there. You can't see the little thing on the side as much because we're blocking it, but yeah, over here, that's Sonic Shuffle, the Japanese cover. Interesting. It says marginal world. What is it, like butter? Come on. The Crisis of Imaginary World, a different world of light and dreams. Lumina, the guardian spirit of Imaginary World, summons Sonic and his friends to stop Void from conquering Imaginary World. Sonic and Lumina use magic cards and the Force Jewels to save Imaginary World from the brink of collapse. I don't know. As much as I there's the flaws with Sonic Shuffle, the cheesy nature, the cheap graphics, you know, the rip-off gameplay, and how pissed off the AI makes me because they cheat. They
cheat so much.
And I know people don't really like Sonic Shuffle, but I have a soft spot for Sonic Shuffle. I really like the music. I like the aesthetic. I like that Ryan Drummond voiced Knuckles. I thought that was cool. And I've been listening to some of the dialogue in the game, and it's not like the deepest thing, you know, it's pretty simple dialogue, but it's neat to hear some of their responses to certain things and the poetic nature of how they figure out that Void isn't actually the bad guy. And recently, I thought it was cool that they met Illumina, the merged version of Lumina and Void, and Sonic. You know, you could play each character, right? And they all go through the same scenes, but their version of it. Illumina asks Sonic, what his dream was. Sonic never answered the question, and then Illumina said what her dream was for Imaginary World. And I thought, okay, that's just how the scene goes. But with the other characters, they do answer the question. Sonic is the only one who doesn't answer the question. He never says what his dream is. Dude's a mystery.
Because he's loving it.
Sonic's dream, Tails' dream was to help his friend Sonic. Knuckles said nothing grand. He just wants to be able to protect the Master Emerald. And I'm like, I do like that Knuckles has like this very like humble nature to him, you know? Like despite how he's perceived, he's like, no, I don't really need anything special. And Amy, what do you think Amy's dream was, Gio?
Oh, considering the era back then, I can guess a certain blue hedgehog.
And what about it?
To go on the biggest date with said hedgehog.
You would be wrong. That was not her dream.
What?
She said her dream was to be like Sonic.
Okay. I mean, that was my next guess, but okay.
No, but I'm just saying, but think about it. This came right after Sonic Adventure. And I'm kind of like, there's an interesting point to be had about Amy. Not only was she just a regular person, not like this elite fighter or anything. She's kind of like Rookie from Sonic Forces, where she just got involved and became more and more. But apparently, in Sonic Adventure, she misses Sonic because she misses the adventure. And she wants to be able to be independent and do things on her own. She wants to go on the adventure. And in Sonic Adventure 2, she tries to save Sonic, and she talks Shadow out of destroying the world. In Sonic Heroes, you have Big the Cat, a normal guy. You have Cream the Rabbit, a normal little girl, and she's leading them on this big grand adventure, just like all the other characters are going on. And I think that... Shut up! I think like part of Amy's thing is that she is a normal person who, it's kind of like, you know, like Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, like Miles Morales' whole thing is that like, oh, anyone can be Spider-Man. And that's I think that's kind of Amy's thing. It's just like, oh, anybody can step up, you know? And that's one of the things I don't really like about her changing characterization now is like it's not that what they want to do with her is bad. It's just that the way they're doing it is as if they didn't try to do it before. And they want to erase her other like iconic traits. And I'm like, no, like wait. She had those traits before. You guys should have just capitalized on it. I don't know. We'll see where it goes. And I just thought it was interesting that she didn't say she wanted to marry Sonic or go on a date with Sonic. She said she wanted to be like Sonic. And I'm like, that's interesting. So she does like just want to step up to the plate.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty cool. I like it. You got this one, Hailey?
Yep. Ow. Did you read the chat really quick?
Now I'm drawing Amy and Sonic dancing and singing together. I want to be like you. I want to talk like you, walk like you, be like you.
Alright. Shadow awakens. Dr. Eggman awakens Shadow and tries to use him to take over the world. Manipulator. But Shadow uses him instead. To carry out revenge plan left by Gerald. In the final stages of his revenge, Shadow regains his true memories thanks to Amy. He cooperates with Sonic and saves the world at the cost of his own life.
That was so sad. Rest in peace, Shadow.
Rest in peace, Shadow the Hedgehog.
R.I.P. Best character. R.I.P. Best character.
Cream and Cheese's first adventure. Sonic meets Cream and saves her with his friends. They rescue Vanilla, who was kidnapped and defeat Dr. Eggman, who was plotting to build Eggman Land again.
So they haven't mentioned Sonic Advance yet, so who knows where that takes place. But Sonic Advance didn't really have a lore-related plot. So, but now we know Sonic Battle. Wait, no, hold on. So yeah, because Sonic Battle would have come out around this time too, but the next game is... See, this makes sense, because they have to introduce Cream before they get to Sonic Heroes. That's right.
Yeah.
So for them, Shadow had been gone for a while already. I'll let you read the next one, Gio.
Alright.
Because I know you want to. Wait, Gio, the next one. I'm doing you a favor here.
Oh, okay. Forget what I said.
Rebellion, a masterpiece. Metal Sonic, who has regained his sense of self, rebels and imprisons Dr. Eggman, and his name issues a challenge. And in his name issues a challenge to Sonic and his friends to conquer the world. Metal Sonic gathers Sonic and his friends' biodata during the battle and becomes more powerful, but is ultimately defeated by Sonic and his friends. Sonic Heroes. They forgot to mention that Shadow returned. Hello?
Yeah. What? Disrespect on all of you.
Hopefully whoever's doing this timeline thing reads people's responses to it, and I don't know if they'll or see people's responses. I don't know if they would see a channel like ours, but yeah, I mean, I'm pointing out something that they didn't point out. Shadow returned, which leads into this, you know? Here you go, Gio. All yours.
Shadow repels Black Doom's invasion of Earth. Black Doom, an alien invader, invades the Earth. Shadow, provoked by Black Doom to learn about his past, travels the world in search of the Chaos Emeralds. sometimes at odds with Sonic and the others. After many struggles, Shadow defeats Black Doom, fulfills the wish entrusted to him, and resolves to overcome his past and move forward.
I see what you did there, Gio. I know what you're emulating here.
What did I do?
You're doing the voice from Sonic X Shadow Generations, the little prologue story thing.
Okay, if I did, that was pure coincidence.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah. I remember, but that's just like pure coincidence. Like that was not intentional.
Yes! Told you!
Here it is.
Sonic Battle takes place after Shadow the Hedgehog.
Vindication!
Emerald's growth and rampage. Dr. Eggman tries to reboot the ancient weapon Gazoid and use it to take over the world, but it doesn't work and he discards it. Sonic picks it up and names it Emerald and raises it. Said that so dramatically. I'll take this potato chip and eat it. Sonic.
Potato chip and eat it.
Dr. Eggman tries to use Emerald, who has gained powers as a combat weapon, but ends up causing him to go out of control. There is no way to stop Emerald safely, and Sonic ends up defeating him. What they meant to say is Sonic ends up killing him. He blows himself up, smithereens. Hailey cried when she was 9 years old.
So true, so true.
Over there, and up there.
I know it's Gemerald. I like how they put it. Zymerald? Zemel. So you got ML and Zemel.
Yeah.
Next, then we got to get a third one called Female.
Well, that'll be interesting.
Novel Jazz, can robots cry?
I mean, we saw Orbot and Cubot cry a little inside.
Yeah. Oh, I guess I'll read this one before Hailey comes back, because she keeps going back and forth, making us wait.
Sorry.
Yes.
Dr. Eggman uses the power of the Chaos Emeralds to split the world into 7 parts before Sonic Unleashed. He repeatedly used Gemerald, a combat robot he developed based on Emerald, against Sonic and his friends, but was unable to win, and eventually Gemerald went berserk. Dr. Eggman was defeated. Gemerald was then retrieved and repaired, adjusted by Tails, and began living as a member of Cream's family. Why didn't he do that with Emerald? Maybe
I have no idea.
Maybe he couldn't be repaired. I remember Sam Procrastinate was also surprised, or was it him or Games Cage? They were surprised that Sonic Shuffle took place between Sonic Adventure 1 and 2 and not like before Sonic Adventure. But I gotta point something out here that I know. You can also unlock Super Sonic, you can unlock a Chow, you can unlock Big, and you can unlock Gamma. And I think it makes sense that it takes place after Sonic Adventure because Gamma being there is said to be the spirit of Gamma that lived on Imaginary World after he was destroyed and the Flicky was freed. Just throwing that out there.
Mm-hmm.
So the original Gamma technically lives on as the spirit of that persona in Imaginary World. Anyhow. Hailey.
Hello. Okay.
Oh, Jesus.
Blaze, the princess from another world, comes to Sonic's world. Blaze comes to Sonic's world from another world in pursuit of the Soul Emeralds. Stolen. Through his interactions with Amy and Cream and fighting alongside... What? Well, I was right.
I guess.
Through her interactions with Amy and Cream and fighting along Sonic, Blaze begins to trust Sonic and the others a little. Sonic and Blaze work together to defeat Dr. Eggman and Blaze... Eggman Nega. And Blaze recovers the Soul Emeralds and returns to his own world. Her world. Oh my lord. I'm gonna read the next one. A major incident surrounding the flames of oh my god. The flames of calamity begins to unfold. I was gonna be like, the flames of disaster. Okay.
Well, that's just a translation thing.
Oh, the flames of disaster! In order
God,
to obtain the
poor
flame
baby.
of disaster, Dr. Eggman kidnaps Princess Elise, who was sealed away by Iblis.
With,
Sonic, what?
let's
With
see.
Iblis, whatever.
That's the translation thing.
Sonic rushes to rescue her, and Silver, who travels back in time to defeat Sonic in order to save the future. Shadow, who is on a mission to Dr. Eggman's base, and the mysterious being, Mephiles, all become entangled in a major incident, each with their own intentions and destinies.
Hi, Sire. Welcome back.
Yes,
He
welcome
said,
back.
"Egg my what? The flames of disaster."
Yeah.
So, okay.
Highly...
Clearly, we meet Blaze in this game in a different way than we do in Rush.
Mhm.
Obviously, if Sonic met Blaze in Rush and then in Sonic 06, Sonic would be like, "What?" But here's the thing. I think what they're just saying is it's not that this takes place after meeting Blaze in one single timeline. I think it's one or the other. He meets Blaze at this point in time, having not met her in Sonic Rush, and this is at the time when he would meet her. But
Yes.
now that it's erased, Sonic Rush is how he meets her in the current version of the timeline. So it's weird. It's like they're putting both alternate versions of the timeline, but together, you know? Be like, oh, like, they're from two different timelines, but this is when it happened. You know?
Yes.
So in that alternate timeline, now this is what's fascinating to me. Sonic Riders came out before Sonic 06. You would think it would come first. I think the only reason they put Sonic 06 first is because of what I said, that Sonic 06 and Sonic Rush are like alternate versions of each other that take place in the same point in time. So,
Yes.
and Sonic Riders is after Sonic Rush. So, if you like remove this from the timeline like it is, it would just be Sonic Rush and then Sonic Riders. You want to read this one, Gio? Or you want to read the next one?
Did you... Hold on, did you read the writer's one?
No, I'm going to.
Okay, so I'll read the one. I'll read the next one.
Okay. Battle against the Babylon rogues and the fastest race in the world. Dr. Eggman hosting the Extreme Gear World's fastest competition Grand Prix. Sonic and his friends compete in a heated race against the Babylonian bandits for the prize of the Chaos Emeralds. However, the race is a trap, obviously, set by Dr. Eggman to steal the treasures of the Babylon Temple. Babylon Garden. Fools. Fixed English version. Sonic Riders is canon.
Yeah. Sonic and Tails get lost in Blaze worlds. Sonic and Tails are caught in a storm and washed up in Blaze's world. They're rescued by Marine, a self-proclaimed adventurer, and while investigating the islands, they are reunited with Blaze. However, before they can enjoy their reunion, they are caught up in a national treasure, the jeweled staff being stolen right before their eyes, and they ended up chasing pirates with Blaze. Sonic and his friends defeat Dr. Eggman and Eggman NECA, who are controlling the pirates, and retrieve the jewel and staff. Savvy?
Interesting. I actually didn't remember exactly what was going on in this game. I'm like, what were they fighting over again?
Something world destruction, and then we made Eggman NECA in our dub sound like he's from very country, if I remember.
Hailey's gone again, so
She really is a cat.
she
I want to doodle. Okay.
okay, hold on. You just read that one. Okay, here you go, Hailey. This one's all yours.
Rampage of the Sky Ruins, Babylon Garden. Jet's ancestor was captured, a warp traveled through gravity convergence. That spaceship was the modern Babylon Garden, and the Ark of the Stars was its engine unit. Oh, really? Okay, when all 5 Ark of the Stars gathered in the Babylon Garden garden floating in the sky. The output went out of control, and Babylon Garden was the verge of turning into a black hole. I'm thinking about Muse. Dun, dun. I can't even sing it. Sonic and Jet. Oh, sorry, I can't read. Sonic, Jet, and the others were able to avert the worst case scenario, becoming a black hole. Because that'd be bad.
It'd be bad.
Dun, 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 dun,
There you go,
dun.
Haley.
Dark Gaia is forcibly awakened by Dr. Eggman. In order to realize his ambitions, Dr. Eggman took the power from Supersonic, split the planet into 7. Oh, sorry. Oh, Sonic Unleashed. Yeah. Sorry. Good game. The best. Okay. And forcibly awakened Dark Gaia. Sonic, along with the amnesiac Chip, traveled to the Gaia Temple to restore the powered Chaos Emerald and the world, regaining his powers and defeating Dark Gaia.
Kind of reminds me of Dragon Ball Z, waking up Beerus early. But this World Destroyer is huge. Also...
Oh, and it's funny how he demands food. He's like, guys, we gotta go try out different foods of the world. I'm hungry.
Oh yeah, and Chip looks kind of like Beerus.
Draw him as Beerus.
Oh my gosh. So,
Wait, hold on. Chip, Beerus.
So
Not seeing the resemblance.
the ears,
Are you sure?
kinda. I mean, well, I guess Chip looks like a chihuahua more than a cat. I'm just
I
think
think he looks more like Whis.
Chip. Luis doesn't have.
He looks like a chihuahua to me.
Chip doesn't have like animal ears. Luis looks more like a human.
Ooh.
I get the hair, but
You know, it's not just the hair, but he also mainline a very glowy orb.
a combination of the two then.
Very well. I'll accept these terms.
Sonic Unleashed, by the way, I do plan to stream it eventually since I never properly streamed it on this channel, for those of you who actually remember those days. I'll do the recompiled thing, but I've been so procrastinating to do it because it seems like such a complicated process. I'm like, but once I do it, I also want to make space on my computer before I do it. So there's that. That's a hurdle. But when I do it,
We'll get there, Novel Jazz.
I want to see you guys play the game. You will.
We'll get there.
Friendship with the alien wisps. So no storybook games? Come on. Now we know this. Hold on. The storybook games are canon. I have declared this. It's fact.
Dang right it is.
Do you want to know why?
Black Knight.
Do you know why I say that it's canon though?
Please enlighten us.
Well, because let's see, this is canon, and the storybook games are mentioned here.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying. Friendship with the alien wisps. Dr. Eggman takes over the planets where the wisps live and build Planet Egg. What the? Egg Planet Park? Eggman Interstellar Amusement Park. Gotcha. Egg Planet Park is simpler, but it sounds weird to say. Sounds like he built the EPP. Whatever. He plans to steal the powerful energy of the alien wisps who live there and activate a terrible weapon. Sonic and his friend plural? Cooperate with the wisps even though they can't communicate with each other and thwart Dr. Eggman's ambitions. Interesting. I think that they're implying...
The DS.
Yeah, I think that they're implying that the Wii version and the DS version, even though they're alternate versions of the game, maybe there's a little bit of truth to both. Kind of like the alternate timelines of Shadow the Hedgehog.
Maybe, maybe not.
There's a little bit of truth in everything.
Speaking of messy timelines, ooh, we are in for a doozy.
Go at it, Gio.
Two Sonics, past and future. After his defeat at Egg Planet Park, patent pending, Dr. Eggman finds the Time Eater, who can manipulate time and space. He uses its power to summon his past self and begin a plan to rewrite the timeline. Sonic is sucked into the Time Eater, who suddenly appears and wakes up in a world of pure white. He meets a smaller version of himself there, and together they work together to restore the world and his friends, whose life force and color have been sucked out, and defeat the two Eggmen and the Time Eater.
Mm-hmm.
Weird that they don't mention a certain other thing, considering the artwork they use here. But
No, here you go.
oh, I should have written dibs.
Do I read this?
I call dibs.
Gio says he calls dibs.
Dang it, okay.
Wait.
Useless.
Wait. How about one of you read this part and the other one reads this part?
No, it's good. No, it's good.
Okay, whatever. Go ahead, Gio.
A fleeting moment of darkness and light is resurrected, taking advantage of the time-space anomaly caused by the Time Eater. Black Doom is resurrected, and he reunites with Shadow in the white space. He provokes him and encourages him to awaken his powers. Meanwhile, Maria and Gerald, who were supposed to have died long ago, are also resurrected. They spend a fleeting, precious time together in the stopped time-space. In the end, Black Doom attempts to absorb Shadow, who has become the strongest Black Arms warrior. But Shadow's heart has not been consumed by darkness, and he refuses. With Maria's wish in his heart, he defeats Black Doom.
Nice.
Oh,
Waking
man,
up,
strange.
breaking out.
This is what it's like to be free.
Rip it up, tear it down.
This is what it means to be free.
Yeah. This is a bad time to be sick.
Extreme. Oh wait, Hailey, you walked away. This was your part.
Okay.
Get over here.
Extreme Gear World Championships held in Tereg Kingdom?
I have no idea.
Wait, so
Tar
that's
Egg. Okay, because it says Tar Egg Kingdom later.
Tar Egg Kingdom. Wait, is that the one with the mobility one?
Yeah, the Connect.
It's canon? Wow.
Yep, I told you.
That's so
Yeah.
weird.
Sonic Riders, baby.
You know,
I'm here for my own reasons. And I was trying to do like the early Shadow Kurt voice. Okay. Dr. Eggman disguises himself as King Doc of the Tar Egg Kingdom in order to embed the biodata of Sonic and the other racers into Metal Sonic. Poor Metal Sonic. He holds the World Grand Prix. A global competition. Sorry. For Extreme Gear, where the winner will receive a huge prize of money and treasure. Ooh la la, money. And all that. Easy, rich, quick scheme. Unless it's not really. The race begins, where the thoughts of each participating team intersect? What the hell? Oh, sorry.
yes.
I can't say that, sorry. I got
Not
confused.
already PG-13 land. What's the point?
Okay.
All right.
Sonic Lost Worlds canon?
Oh, you.
Well, I mean, I guess, yeah.
Hailey.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
You just headbutted me.
I am so sorry. Sorry, that was not on purpose.
Okay, go ahead and read this.
The 6 demons betray Dr. Eggman. What? I thought they're demons?
I guess.
What? This whole time I thought they were aliens.
Oh wait, Hex? So is it like Lost Hell?
What?
I-
Okay, sorry, I really didn't know this. I thought they were like
Sonic
aliens.
Sonic Lost World did try to be dark, but in this weird light way. Is this supposed to be like kitty dark?
Wow. They're ghosts and demons.
Yeah.
Dr. Eggman finds the Lost Hex, a mythical land where the Oni clan live, and uses the conch shell, which is their weak point. Sorry, I'm thinking of the first SpongeBob.
I knew you were thinking SpongeBob.
Oh, magic conch, what shall we do? Defeat
Enslaved
Eggman. All hail the magic conch. Okay. Which is their weak point, to enslave the 6 demons and absorb life energy from the earth. However, after losing the conch shell, the 6 demons betray Dr. Eggman, banish him, steal the device, and suck out all the life energy, putting the earth in danger of collapse. Sonic and Dr. Eggman have no choice but to join forces to defeat the 6 demons and defeat them. Oh, and they defeat them. Yes.
That's actually a funny sentence. Sonic and Dr. Eggman have no choice but to join forces to defeat the 6 demons, and they defeat them.
Like, yeah, they did it. The end.
We have to defeat them, and we defeated them.
Yeah, it's just one of those cutaways.
Hold up! What is this?
Holy phony.
Why did they put a picture? You're trying to pull a fast one here, and it wasn't even as fast as the other games. But what in the heck? King Dodonpa holds a car race in the Donpa Kingdom. Dr. Eggman steals the ultimate power engine developed by Dodonpa of the Dodonpa Kingdom and plots to use it for evil purposes. However, he is just using the engine for evil purposes. Clearly, he is defeated by Sonic and his friends, and his ambitions are thwarted.
What game is that?
Team Sonic Racing.
I don't know that
I
one.
forgot to add a photo here.
It's the racing game, the last one that came out before the one that we did the beta for.
Really?
Yeah, it's the one where they changed a lot of the voice actors, where Bryce Papenbrook started voicing Silver.
So, okay. Why would they include this game and not the stories? Where is Sonic Secret Rings? Where is Sonic in the Black Knight?
Well, it's not done yet. I remember they might add it later.
Because, I mean, that seems more like that's part of the series too. So, where is that?
They might add it later.
Yeah,
Where do you think it'll be?
they
Oh,
better.
it totally is just going to be right after Sonic Unleashed.
They better.
Nice.
They better add it right there.
How would you feel if it's not there? Like it's somewhere else? Would you be like, no, they're wrong?
Well, I do have one other place that I could put it. Now, here's the thing. This is only showing the games so far, but if it were me, if Sonic Prime and IDW is canon, I would put Sonic Prime and IDW on this timeline. Like, hello, this is the canon timeline. Where is Prime and IDW comics? You know?
Yeah.
Put it somewhere. Because for me, I would put Prime after Sonic Lost World, or after Team Sonic Racing, I guess, and before Sonic Forces. And I would put Sonic IDW right after Sonic Forces, obviously, and before Sonic Frontiers. Make Believe Revive? Wait, is that right? Make Believe... Are you talking about the Secret Reams theme?
Yes.
Yeah.
Make Believe's Reborn.
Anyways, before we get too off track and Novel Jazz starts distracting us.
So, yeah, I would put if I don't put the storybook games between Unleashed and Colors, like where they come out, then if they put Prime on here, I would put them right after Prime. Because I don't want to put it before Prime, because if you put it before Prime, then I'm like, then why is Sonic so stupid in Prime? He's already seen alternate versions of his friends before. If you put it after Prime, then you could be like, okay, after Prime, then Sonic is more accustomed to it. So by the time he gets the secret rings, he's like, oh, these aren't my friends? I thought they were, but they're not. I adjusted quickly. And then Black Knight, he adjusts even quicker, you know? So it would make sense. Honestly, Geo, if I'm gonna be super really real with you, like even realer than real life, realer than the Matrix, I think it would have been cool if Sonic Prime included Secret Rings and Black Knight as alternate worlds. And then and then Sonic would have been like, oh, I've been here before.
Oh, dude. How did you know that was part of my dream journal?
Highly, what do you think?
I think it's pretty cool. I like the idea.
That would have been a dopamine. Okay.
That would have made me
Dopamine?
lose my mind and make me squeal.
Now the good question is, if Team Sonic Racing is canon, does that mean that Sega and All Stars Racing is canon? But then again, those didn't have story, so I guess it doesn't matter. But if they were canon, then that means that Jet Set Radio is either in a different universe or like it could be a multiverse type thing, you know. But Knights has been in many Sonic games already, so it's like that's not too far fetched. I think Knights is in Sonic's universe. I think that's canon.
Yeah, but then you have to factor in like stuff like Smash Bros. And Olympic Games.
That could be like a headcanon. I could see that being a little different because of legal issues.
I mean, that is fair.
Okay, so I'll let you read this one, Gio.
Do I have to?
My throat needs the rest, and I don't want to waste it on Sonic Forces.
Okay, yeah, sure. Pass it on to me.
Yeah, I mean, you're just sick. You'll be okay.
Yeah,
Oh my
sure.
god.
Sonic and his avatar team up to free the world that was 99% conquered by Dr. Eggman. Yes, I sound so enthusiastic. Dr. Eggman creates an infinite army with the power of the newly acquired Phantom Ruby. And with Infinite at his side, he takes control of 99% of the world. However, Dr. Eggman and his allies are defeated by the Resistance army formed by Sonic's friends and the Avatar who joined it. Modern and classic Sonic and peace is restored to the world. So
I really wish that we didn't call him the Avatar.
Yeah, because I don't remember him bending any elements in that game.
Especially if they're gonna say the Avatar.
Do you see an arrow on this guy's fur? I don't think so.
Also, I just want to point out, I know that he stands out because he was with the elites and all that stuff, but if I recall, when we were fighting Infinite in that big battle towards the end, there were plenty of other avatars out there. So I'm just kind of like, Rookie may have been above the rest, but he wasn't the only one fighting, okay? Others stood up too. Only the Avatar, master of the Phantom Ruby, could bring balance to the world. Our OC is all-knowing and is now true.
Right.
So still, it's crazy that I thought that the IDW comics claimed that the Team Sonic Racing happened after Sonic Forces. That's the only thing that confuses me. But whatever. Also, here's the other thing too. This is why, even though it's on this timeline, Sonic 06 is here too. That's proof that this is two timelines kind of just mashed together. But that's proof for me that I can suspect that at least Sonic Mania, Sonic Superstars could be in the main timeline too. There's no contradictions there, except the fact that he knows to drop dash, but you know, that's a gameplay element, who cares. But Sonic Mania, at the very least, I still think is alternate timeline. Actually, you know what? Yeah, I'll still say that. Because Sonic 4 takes place after Superstars now. It could be a retcon, whatever. Even though this is supposed to be right after Sonic 3 and Knuckles. Like, really, they should have made Superstars take place after Sonic 4 and before Sonic Adventure. Since Amy hadn't really been doing a lot yet. Because they could have made Amy join more. Because Amy in the classic games is not really playable. She's not even playable in Mania. And Origins is just, you know, an updated version of the game. She's playable in Superstars. They could have made that take place after Sonic 4. And, you know, that could be why, like, you know, in Sonic R and Sonic Fighters, she's a little more involved, but not much. And then in Sonic Adventure, she's like, man, I'm bored. We didn't, you know, it's been a while since I've been on any adventures with Sonic and whatever, you know? But here, it's like, no, she was on an adventure with Sonic, and then she wasn't, and then she was again, and whatever. I'm gonna go. I would say the Superstars is only in the alternate timeline with Mania, but in the Twitter takeover, they talked about Superstars as if they remembered it still in the current timeline, And I know Twitter takeover is a weird thing to pull canon from, but they've answered questions
Yeah.
sometimes, canon-related questions. So, little tidbits here and there. That's confusing. They're saying that this takes place here. The only thing I could say is it takes place in both versions of the timeline. Like maybe Sonic Mania is like a detour in that version of the timeline, and they come back to doing the regular events again all the way up to Sonic Adventure. But I still say that Sonic Mania can't be in the current timeline because this comes from Sonic Generations, which is supposed to be right here. And if that's the case, then Classic Sonic went through Sonic Generations, Sonic Mania, Sonic Forces, Sonic Mania again, Sonic Superstars, then Sonic 4, Sonic Adventure, all of this, right? And all the way up to Sonic Generations again. And if that's the case, then in Sonic Generations, at this current time, Sonic should remember all of these things. He should be like, these are moments from my past, but also I already saw these things before I ever visited them. Because he went through time and saw his future before even going through these other games. Not only that, but now in Sonic Forces, Eggman should remember the Phantom Ruby, and so should Sonic. That implies to me that the Eggman and the Sonic that fought over the Phantom Ruby are in an alternate timeline. Because this Eggman and Sonic never experienced those things. Sega, Lore Master. This is why I applied for Lore Master. I'm being for real, but I didn't have management experience at the time. I think that kind of hurt a little bit. But you know what? I'm just saying, I got you. I'm catching these things. Other people are confused about the Black Doom 2,000 years ago thing. I'm telling you, here's some things that you missed, buddy.
Sega, if you're listening, hire this man. He knows what he's talking about.
It's not about the money, Sega.
It's about getting...
It's about the heart, Gio.
Yes.
Mi corazón.
Thanks. You actually...
Yes, I know Spanish a little bit. Okay.
I see. Pulled a little Jim Carrey on us. Okay. So, moving on.
Kylie, come back. A mysterious girl holds Knuckles captive in cyberspace while investigating... Wait, hold on.
Wait, who's this mysterious girl?
Okay, I did read that. While investigating the ancient ruins he discovered on Angel Island, Knuckles is sent to Ares Island. Just as Knuckles thinks that Dr. Eggman is behind it, he is. A mysterious girl appears and traps him in cyberspace.
Oh, sorry, that's Sage.
It's Sage. Here you go. Oh, I should give you the short one.
I don't mind. I want to read. Sage and Sonic protect the world from the end. I read that. I missed it.
It's good. It's fine.
Dr. Eggman attempted to use the technology of the ancients of Starfall Islands and connected to the network. Causing a series of incidents. Sage evolved by accessing the ancients' technology and began to... What?
I gotta
what?
say, after you're done reading, I'm gonna say something.
Just say it. Say it.
They could have stopped the end by just switching the island to airplane mode.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
That is messed up, but you're right.
Oh my
Gosh.
god. Airplane mood?
Mood.
I get that.
Hailey, I'm gonna read it.
No, I want to read it. Where was I? Sage evolved by accessing the ancient technology and began to interfere with Sonic in order to protect Dr. Eggman, who was trapped in cyberspace. Cyber chased moving. In the process, Sage noticed the unknown potential Sonic, whose answers could not be found through calculations, and suggested Dr. Eggman that they fight the true enemy. Together, they defeated the end and saved the world. Again.
I think that sounds to me like Final Horizon is the canon ending.
It definitely is.
What's that one again?
Final Horizon was the DLC update, the second version of the ending.
Oh.
The one with Cybersonic.
So that's the original. I mean, that's the official.
I think so.
I mean, we all counted it as official.
Yeah. So what was I gonna? Oh yeah, I was gonna say too, because you were referencing Cyber Chase. Is it me, or did the end when it had the female voice sound a lot like Motherboard from Cyber Chase?
Oh my gosh.
It just sounds like
A
this.
little bit.
So, my headcanon, Cyber Chase takes place in the Sonic universe. They're saying they made an anthropomorphic bird as their companion. Sonic character. That would be some interesting fan fiction fan art right there. I bet someone did draw that somewhere. I mean, they kind of look like Sonic humans.
It's time to get cyberspace for real.
200 years later. My bad.
200 years later.
Dang it! Why didn't I say it like that? You know, when I'm at work and I have to do like reports to update like my activity throughout the day, we have to report like our breaks, and I do a voice recording for it, and I actually do in that voice now. I would just be like, first rest break, lunch, second lunch. The future world before the change. This is the alternate future. The world has been devastated by Iblis. Silver and Blaze are fighting an endless battle against Iblis, who keeps resurrecting. With the guidance of Mephiles, a mysterious figure who suddenly appears, the two travel back in time to the era in which Sonic and his friends live to kill the person who is said to be the Iblis trigger and cause the devastation, who is apparently Sonic. But not the way you think.
Yes, according to a very shady-looking hedgehog with no mouth.
So, would the hacker and Eggman be friends? They totally would be friends, Novel Jazz. You know, it's oh my god, we're going back to the, because the hacker was voiced by Christopher Lloyd, and he would have been such a good Gerald. Okay, get out of that mindset. Okay. Okay. Yes, got it. Okay. Altered future world. You want me to read it, or you want to read it, Gio?
I got it. Altered future world. Due to Sonic and Elise's changes to history, the calamity of fire no longer exists, and the disaster itself has not occurred, leaving the world in a state of peace.
But they should add... Yeah?
As a world on fire, it's like, no one can stand that dry heat forever. Oh, Lord, it's gonna make you break out.
Yeah. So... So a few things I noticed that they forgot.
Clearly, first off is the storybooks.
Yeah. Also, Sonic Rivals. Because Sonic Rivals is where they officially meet Silver in this timeline. They forgot to put it.
You know what? That's true.
They
But
need...
then again, it was also a bunch of cards. So...
Yeah, but there's also Sonic Rivals 2, which had Iblis.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
So, yeah, that was interesting because in Sonic, I think Sonic Rivals 2, like, you know, you have Eggman Nega trying to unleash Iblis again. And the other interesting thing about that is that Eggman Nega comes from Blaze's world. And then at the very future, after the world peace thing, you could have like a Silver's perspective. Silver, sometime in the altered future, Silver goes, or so in many shuffling futures, Silver goes back in time, like in different timelines, whatever, periodically to stop different events from occurring. Also, again, IDW Comics taking place between Forces and Sonic Frontiers, and Sonic Prime taking place between Sonic, I guess, Team Sonic Racing and Sonic Forces. Yeah. So that's in case, because they never said where Sonic Prime takes place, but I'm saying, this guy, I think it takes place after Sonic Lost World, because Sonic Lost World, first off, if you want to know why, because I know Ian Flynn is like, oh, we'll tell you where it takes place after Sonic Prime ends. He said that because he didn't know how Sonic Prime was going to end. And he was like, look, let me see where Sonic Prime ends, and then I'll tell you. That was the cheap PR answer. And he said it takes place sometime after Sonic Advance 3. He only said that because they showed a flashback of Gemerald. So clearly it takes place after that, not before this. What he forgot to pay attention to, maybe because you only see him at the beginning of the show, is that Orbot and Cubot are in the show. So it's not Sonic Unleashed because Orbot was already red. And it's not Sonic Colors because Cubot didn't have his regular voice yet. He gets his regular voice in Sonic Lost World. So it could be before Sonic Lost World. Maybe like right before it. But I'm saying, gonna go on a limb and say it takes place right after. So it takes place right after Sonic Lost World. That's also the closest that Sonic in the games has acted like Sonic Prime to me, is in Sonic Lost World. Where he was kind of arguing with Tails and stuff. He didn't listen. He was too quick to act. So in Sonic Prime, you know, maybe he just went through a little... He was getting full of himself. He went in the wrong direction.
Don't forget to take out your trash cans.
Okay. Thank you. We already did that. Anyways. So, after Sonic Prime, he learns his lesson and blah, blah, blah and stuff. Power of friendship. Then, you know, you have Team Sonic Racing. They're working as a team, you know?
Yes.
And then Sonic Forces, where he's getting more mature. IDW Comics, and then Sonic Frontiers. I think it makes sense. Also, in Sonic Prime, the tornado looks like in Sonic Lost World. So I put some thought into this. Lore master over here, buddy.
Indeed.
Do I make a satisfying argument?
I think so.
You made the most compelling argument.
Thank you. I need like a blazer and a tie.
No, what you need is a blazer, a tie, and shades.
That too. And a job and some money.
Well, I don't know if they're keen on hiring foxes in, but
Oh my.
I think they can make an exception.
They better, because if not, I'm going to the labor board. I'm like, I do not appreciate the discrimination. What else did they leave out? Because they didn't put every game. I don't think there's a whole lot of lore in the Game Gear titles. So we're Gucci there.
Yeah. So, what did they miss out on?
See, I already mentioned Sonic Advance 1, not really too big. I think Knuckles Chaotix is still canon because the Chaotix agency is there. And in fact, I would even go on a limb and say that Knuckles Chaotix obviously takes place after Sonic and Knuckles, right? But I would say even that Knuckles... Okay, here's the thing. I've always thought that Knuckles Chaotix takes place at the same time as Sonic 4. Because Sonic and Tails are doing this, Knuckles could be doing Knuckles Chaotix. Now, hear me out.
That makes sense.
Hear me out. In Sonic Mania, they're saying that Sonic... saving the world. Modern Sonic returns to his original time. He chases after the flying Phantom Ruby and discovers Mighty and Ray, who have been captured. Now, maybe they've known each other already, but here's the thing. If this is canon, then at some point early on, either before Sonic 1, after Sonic and Knuckles, I would say not after Sonic and Knuckles, because this has to be pretty tight. They could do whatever they want if they even include it, but for me, I think Sega Sonic Arcade, Gio.
Yes.
Do you know what game I'm talking about?
Sega Sonic Arcade. Why does that name ring a bell?
I got you.
And let me do a quick Google.
What in the heck? Sega Sonic Arcade. Who's what? Hold on. Novel.
Are you in my account? Uh-oh, you better get out of it.
Sega Sonic Arcade is this.
Close one.
Oh my god.
This is like a Sonic Arcade, Geo. Hold on. Let me show you the intro. Boom.
Oh, that's the one I kept popping up. Okay.
Is that official?
So yeah, and that is official.
Hold on.
Oh snap! It's canon.
I'm gonna have to talk to you in the chat later and be like, hey, hold on. We had an agreement here. Hold on. I'm not trying to... Any friends I have in the chat, my bad. I didn't know that our accounts were connected. Well, not all of you, obviously, but some of you who I'm friends with, like Leo, Hope, and whatever. No, I was in Novel's account. Apparently. Somehow. I'm like, my bad, I didn't know I had access to it. Like, what? I've never done that before.
Oh gosh.
Wow. Okay.
Imagine they saw Unicorn Wars. Oh no.
Oh, does Novel Jazz watch Unicorn Wars?
I don't know.
I mean, you made. Hold on.
You brought it up, and now they're gonna look it up. Oh, Novel Jazz, don't watch Unicorn Wars. Actually, no, watch it. It's a good show. But yeah, so Sega Sonic Arcade, I think should be canon. It's Mighty and Ray are there. No, this one. But in Sonic Mania, you have Mighty and Ray, right? And then instead, if this is an alternate timeline version of Sonic 4, then in the main timeline, Mighty and Ray would also be on Angel Island, right?
Right.
And which means that, well, maybe not Ray, but at least Mighty. And Knuckles would meet Mighty. And the Chaotix. Knuckles Chaotix. And then Metal Sonic is revived in Sonic 4. Metal Sonic is a major enemy of Knuckles Chaotix. Okay, how about this? I would say Knuckles Chaotix specifically takes place in the latter half of Sonic 4 Episode 2. They defeat Metal Sonic, and by the end of that, like, Metal Sonic is fighting Knuckles and co. Or maybe it takes place right after Sonic 4 even, who knows. But the point is, it's roughly in that time era. And after that, that's when you get, like, Metal Knuckles, Egg Robo, all that stuff. Because here's the other thing. Sonic Superstars takes place after Sonic Mania. If Sonic 4 does take place during where Mania would take place, then that means that Knuckles Chaotix could take place in between that. And then Sonic R takes place right before, right at the same time as Superstars. If it's in the same timeline, right before. And in Sonic Superstars, we have Metal Knuckles and Tails Doll.
That makes sense to me.
I'm just saying, if I was working on the timeline, people would be looking at this and be like, oh my gosh, the detail. They're already saying that with this timeline. And I'm not as impressed as they are. But they're impressed. Sega, if I were the lore master.
Hire this man already.
What else are we missing?
You're trying to take the other guy's job?
You know what? We could be co-lore masters and we could discuss it. And he could be like, you're right. And then he would mention stuff that I forgot. Maybe.
Yes.
I'm actually trying to figure out what else I could have forgotten. Because I think that I have a very airtight coverage of this timeline. Including things that this timeline is missing. Because I'm like, what other games should we include that we haven't mentioned yet? Like, I've played all of these games. Didn't I? Let's look for a game here that I haven't streamed yet besides Sonic Unleashed. I streamed Sonic 1, Sonic CD, Sonic 2, Sonic & Knuckles, Sonic Mania. I guess I didn't really stream Mania Plus, but Superstars, Sonic 4 for Episode 2, Sonic Adventure, Sonic Shuffle, Sonic Adventure 2. I streamed Sonic Advance, Sonic Advance 2, Sonic Heroes, Shadow the Hedgehog, Sonic Battle, Sonic Advance 3, Sonic Rush. I've done P06, not the actual 06 yet, but I mean, I could one day, who knows. Sonic Riders, Sonic Rush Adventure, Sonic Riders Zero Gravity, Sonic Colors for the DS, Sonic Generations, Shadow Generations, Sonic Free Riders, Sonic Lost World, Sonic Forces, Sonic Frontiers. Oh, they didn't add Dream Team, which I have streamed, by the way.
Dream Teams and the storybooks.
Now, in the storybooks, and I've streamed both of those. So, should they include Sonic Dream Team in the canon? Or do you think that it's kind of just non-canon? It doesn't really fit?
I mean, I think it's just one of those filler things that don't matter.
Because, theoretically, you could say, like, imaginary world exists, right? So it is possible for them to go into the dream world. Maybe it's a different facet of the dream world.
Maybe.
Like a different department, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
You're not sharing the screen.
What? What? It says I am.
Oh.
Wait, in Discord or on YouTube?
Oh wait, I'm sorry. It's Discord. It's me. It's me. Sorry. It's Discord. Sorry.
Okay.
Hailey, give it a scare like that.
We can't really.
I'm sorry.
You're way back there, Hailey, so it's hard to hear you.
Oh, sorry. It's Discord for sure.
Wait. Unmute yourself. Are you unmuted?
I'm on mute.
You're unmuted or are you muted?
She's me.
Wait, hello?
Hello. Okay, we're
Can
actually.
you hear me now?
Yeah, that's good because I guess your microphone doesn't hear me and my microphone doesn't hear you.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
I'm so sorry. I was like wondering.
Wait, you don't hear Hailey twice, do you?
No, I only hear one.
Good. You don't hear me twice?
I only hear one fox in the house.
Cool. I hear my own echo, but just slightly. Not too bad. I'll just get closer to the mic like this. Uncomfortably close. ASMR close.
Not that close.
The A stands for Axe.
Fox, fox.
What else are we missing?
What about Sonic Spinball?
Sonic Spinball had Sally and Bunny and Grounder and Scratch and all that. That's not canon to this universe.
You're right. What was I thinking?
Was there
Is there
canon
anymore?
Well, it's not. No, it never was.
Oh.
Yeah, Sonic Spinball was made based off the cartoons, and even then, it's like its own continuity.
What about 3D Blast?
Yeah, I mentioned that earlier that they should put 3D Blast, but I guess it wasn't necessary. Maybe 3D Blast isn't canon.
Okay, so I think we got. Oh, Hope brought up the murder of Sonic.
You're right, Hope. And you know what? I actually thought of the murder of Sonic too when we were. I think it was right after Frontiers, and we were talking about the storybook games. I remember thinking about the murder of Sonic. I think they said the murder of Sonic. Hi, Hope. I think they mentioned that the murder of Sonic wasn't canon, but the more I looked into it, I'm like, dude, the murder of Sonic should be canon. There's nothing.
It's canon.
Yeah, and where would we put the murder of Sonic?
You know, I'm gonna say somewhere between either between Forces and Frontiers or sometime before Forces.
Yeah, I would say between Forces and Frontiers because I almost feel like the murder of Sonic has it fits in with the IDW comics. In all honesty, like it could fit somewhere in there, like just something they didn't cover. But also, I just remembered the conductor and his wife appear in the background in the IDW comics,
Aha!
and the IDW comics are canon. Hi, Hope. We've been going over the timeline. I don't know how much I'm watching from inside the walls. I don't know how much you've seen already. You could watch back. I know we did this over the course of an hour and a half, but there was a lot of discussion. You know, I'll skim through this slowly if you want to read it quickly while we're talking. But basically, I think the murder of Sonic should be canon because it's there. But also, this is just an Easter egg, I know. But in the prologue comic before Sonic. Oh, you've been here since the beginning. You just weren't talking. Rude, lame. You just let Novel Chaz run the entire chat.
Wow. Okay.
That-
That's how it is.
But I'm glad that you're here, though. Don't worry, I don't think I have access to your account. Like, Axxidous. Anyways, Murder of Sonic. What else was I thinking? Murder of Sonic. Oh, in the prologue and comic to Sonic Forces, there was a picture of Sally on the wall.
Oh.
So there's a little nugget that, like, hey, if, like, Sally could exist in the game universe somewhere in the background. Now here's the thing. I know there's a huge war between the shippers, Son Amy fans and Son Alley fans. First off, in the game, Sonic is single, so don't worry about it. He's not with Sally or Amy. Secondly, Amy hasn't been around. I mean, Sally hasn't been around. So even if she exists, she's not Sonic's girlfriend. Secondly, Amy is a one-sided love, and they're already trying to push that down. So if you're a Son Amy shipper like Ian Flynn, you're in this weird space of trying to, like, it's weird because, like, Amy fans are the ones who support Amy's change, but they're also the biggest, like, Son Amy shippers, and it's like, guys, this is a contradicting future we're talking about here.
Also, we all know the truth.
Well, you're still unmuted on your AirPod.
Oh.
So you're actually next to two microphones right now.
Oh snap.
You don't have to be here. You can stand over there and talk because you already have the... No, it's from your AirPod.
Wow.
No, because she put her phone to her mouth, and I'm telling
I was
her,
like,
she has an earbud in her ear. She's currently unmuted, so you can just talk. We can hear you.
I was gonna
You don't have to put your phone to your mouth. It's coming from your ear.
I was going to preach that the true ship is Shadow and Amy. We all know this.
Ooh, that's dangerous.
All right, guys, stream over. Look, this is what I will say, and don't go berserk when you hear me say it. Let me finish. No, everybody, all of the people, all of the above and below. I ship Shadow and Amy as friends. They have a friendship, okay, if you will, because I think that Shadow has a soft spot for Amy, non-romantic, because she reminds him of Maria. Because they have the Hot Honey concert thing from Murder of Sonic, you know.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And he smiled when Amy hugged him in Sonic Adventure 2. And he was talked down by Amy from destroying the world. That's a big deal, first off. And she reminded him of Maria just based on being herself. That's how he remembered Maria's final words. And it's like, oh, hey, I've got to keep my promise to Maria and you. And it's like, because he sees them as kind of the same, you know? And then I think this is by total accident, but in Dark Beginnings, Maria, going through all the names, Maria always, like, tackled Shadow, and that's what Amy does all the time. And I'm just like, hey, I'm just saying, this is what they need to focus on with Amy. If they really want to get Amy's character right, quit trying to reinvent her. Like, you already have seeds planted. Just get rid of the toxic stuff that came in, like, Sonic X times.
Agreed.
Amy's got all these traits. She's the modern day Maria.
That's so cute.
Plus combat.
Yes, she's modern day Maria with a mean hammer streak.
I'm just saying, lore master over here. The real lore master.
They're meant to be.
Yeah, but look, guys, in all honesty, if you're gonna shift characters, that's fine. Just don't be weird about it. Don't be toxic. Just go like, oh, ship them?
Judy Frank.
You're so
I'm so subtle. Okay.
We
Look, we're sorry, Frank. We're sorry.
Frank
We're
is cool.
sorry.
I like Frank. Some of the people in the comment section, though.
Why are you trying to pick a fight with the fans?
I'm not trying to pick a fight. I'm trying to make peace.
With everybody here.
Now we're gonna go into the
Sonic the Hedgehog war.
The 1,000-year Sonic War.
Yeah.
God.
Anywho, I'm just saying, Son Amy is canon and Sad AM. Son Amy is canon in the Archie comics. It is not canon in the games, even if Amy. Wait, hold on. I messed all of that up. I misspoke. No one stopped me? You didn't? Hailey? Hope? Geo? You all just watched me going. I just walked into traffic and you said.
I thought you did your job right. I ain't no supervisor.
I just misspoke. I'm only a fox. You're only. Hold on. Good luck getting another raid from him now. Look.
I'm sure if I ask nicely, we can get one.
I don't know. I don't need him coming in here shaking a can of spray, being like, kills Axe dead. You know? Or unless you mean the Shadow Legends. We're not sponsored.
Okay.
Sonic and Sally are canon and Sad AM. Sonic and Sally, canon in Archie comics. Oh, by the way, Gio's pretty quiet. Gio, you need to speak up.
I have been speaking up. What do you mean?
It could be because of the music too. Hold on. Let me
I
see.
mean, that
Open
could be
volume
it.
mixer.
It's me that started the war the whole time.
Hailey, how could you?
Because that's what I do.
Is that better? Hope are Gio and Hailey louder now than the music?
Yes. Can you hear us? Can you hear me now? How about now? How about now? Ow.
Anyways, while I wait for him to answer. So yeah, Sally is canon with Sonic and Sad AM in the comics, not in the games, even if she appears. Amy is, well, she's not canon in anything as a relationship, but she likes Sonic in the games. Sonic has no response. And Sonic Boom, Sonic and Amy are confirmed to both like each other, but they're just too shy to say it. It's a mutual thing. So there you go. The true Sonic Amy ship is in Sonic Boom. And there could be other universes too, maybe where Sonic and Amy like each other. In the Sonic movie 4, maybe Sonic likes Amy back, and it's canon there. That's the thing people have to realize, is when you ship these things, Sonic has multiple universes, multiple continuities. You can both be right. Sakura can be with both Naruto and Sasuke in different continuities. Not at the same time, preferably.
Not just the idea.
Definitely.
As long as, and some people want Amy to be with Sonic and Shadow at the same time.
Wait, am I quiet?
Fan continuities, fan canons, you do whatever you want. You're good, Hailey.
Yes.
But that's in fan canons, and you leave it there. Fan fiction is a thing. It's all fiction. So it doesn't matter. Now what happens?
Because I would never give up the fight.
It doesn't matter who is wrong or who is right. Yeah. Come on now.
Yeah.
Sonic Lore Master 101. 102. Actually, 301. Not even 201. 301. I'm up there. Shed Amy forever. Shed Amy for life. Compared to you. I made Geo and Geo. Wait. Oh, by the way, Geo's still pretty quiet. Sonelli for life. Compared to you. Oh, Geo's quiet compared to me. That's because I'm just fine. I'll turn myself down then. Then we'll all just be quiet together.
Yep.
That works.
Okay, whatever. You said Geo says that works. Like, whoa, thank goodness Axe just quiet down a little. Hailey and Geo are about the same volume, but both are quiet comparison to Axe. I get you now, buddy. There we go. Turn the music up a bit. Now, I don't want to make myself too quiet because I don't want you guys to, like, being like, the video's just quiet. I'm just going to turn them all the way up. Geo,
Yes.
Okay, I think that's a little better. I'm probably still a little louder, but not by much. Hailey?
Testing.
Testing.
There we go. I think we should be good now. Roughly the same volume. Roughly. Fix the volume finally, right at the end. You've been streaming for 2 hours and 2 minutes. We already went through the timeline. What do you guys think about this timeline? Are you interested? Did you already know it? Anything surprise you? Anything confuse you?
I'm surprised that they didn't include the storybooks. Yes,
Where
I
is
am
Sonic?
still salty about it. And we're all quiet. Hope, come on, you are not helping.
I think it's probably the music.
I was gonna say,
I was gonna say, where's Sonic
Extreme?
Extreme?
Sonic Extreme isn't Sonic Extreme isn't even canon in its own universe.
Where's the other one where he's slow?
How about now, Hope? We better now? Sonic Labyrinth?
Yeah,
Where's that one? Where is that one in the timeline?
They didn't put any of the Game Gear games, but I'm gonna say that the Game Gear games are probably... You know what? If it were me, I would put Game Gear games in its own timeline, or in the same timeline as like the Sonic 06 that got erased, because in one of the timelines, apparently they met Tails, you know, and I like Tails Adventure, for example. I think like, or Tails Sky Patrol, one of them supposedly takes place before he meets Sonic, depending on the region.
Aww.
And it's like, but I don't know. So they got to figure that out. They got to make a concrete decision, or just say that they're not canon, because the Game Gear games are wild. Like they don't contribute to anything.
Also, wait,
Where's the most important game?
Actually, in one of the Game Gear games,
Most important game ever.
one of the Game Gear games, Knuckles is a bad guy again, and it makes sense for him to only be an antagonist in Sonic 3 and Knuckles. So it has to be an alternate timeline.
Ooh.
What's the most important game
Who's the
ever?
bad guy? Wait, what was the bad guy?
In Sonic Chaos, I think? Or Sonic Triple Trouble, I think is what it was. I don't remember. One of those.
Oh wait, yeah.
What about Knuckles? The Chaotix.
I said that already.
You did?
You did?
Yeah, they didn't include it, but I mentioned it. You weren't listening? Do I just have that effect on you?
No.
Hey.
I just
Wow.
focus.
Stop losing focus.
Exactly, right?
Oh, also,
I was gonna say the most important game ever.
The best.
The best?
Where's Sonic
Where's
Schoolhouse?
Sonic Schoolhouse?
Sonic who? Sonic Spouse? What?
Schoolhouse!
Oh, Schoolhouse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that took place...
Where is that
Where
game?
is that game? You know?
That game is everywhere. It happened in between adventures. That was Sonic's job. That's how he made his money. That's what he did from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. every day when he wasn't fighting crime, okay? And then his second job when he was a police officer and serving popcorn or something like that. See, when I say I've played every game on the channel, I'm not including games like that, because those are like not like games. They're not video games. Those are just like random weird side fun game things that they made. Like board games don't count. I've played every Sonic game on the channel.
Not the board
Not
game.
the board game.
I just
Sonic Grow.
Hailey, you and your cat brain. Not to be catist, but
Why are you
Why being caddis?
I'm a cat.
I'm a cat.
well, since we're at the end of the stream, sure. What else are we missing, Gio? Think of something.
Hang on. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna have to really work my sick brain here, so give me a second.
Don't do anything
Processing.
embarrassing now.
Processing. Process complete. I think we're good.
I'm glad they're doing this. Now let's see what's going to happen going forward. Yeah, they gotta just add some stuff. I mean, clearly, here's the thing. Sonic X Shadow already out, right? They had to have been working on this at least right after Sonic Frontiers, or even before that finished, because it wasn't that long ago, you know? So,
Yeah.
that means right now they're already working on whatever's coming next. And the next anniversary comes soon, because the next anniversary is next year. It's gonna be the 35th anniversary.
Sonic Extreme.
Oh my gosh. Going happens. We'll see how often they update it. Yeah, we'll see. Let's think here. You know what they should do? They should follow the movie's footsteps and start giving the other characters their own games again. Like Knuckles had Knuckles Chaotix. It would be so cool if we get like a modern 3D Knuckles game. Explore the Echidna thing more, maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, like, can Penders be danged?
Although that'll be difficult. Yeah, it's true. It's like, who cares about Penders?
Yeah, if you do something original, you don't have to worry about it. Penders is basing his stuff off of your stuff, Sega. And not only that,
Yes.
Penders didn't even actually win. It was just that they couldn't find the documents of the contract that were alleging what they were alleging before. Penders apparently attempted to sue based over Sonic Chronicles. He lost. It was dismissed twice. Sega, they may have discontinued it for one of two reasons. They discontinued Sonic Chronicles either because they just didn't want to do anything else with that storyline, or they just don't want to deal with Penders. But even then, the only issue was apparently the leader of the Nocturnus tribe. Like, say, who was it? Shade. She was nothing like Julie Sue. There's no issues there. So it's like...
So it's like, come on, give us an Echidna game, give us a Tails game, give us an Amy game.
Tell us how... Well, no, never mind. I was going to say, tell us how Knuckles became the guardian of the Master Emerald. But, no, I forgot. They want to leave those type of things mysteries. Ooh, I do have a headcanon. Like, my own, like, little... I guess you call it fanfic. I don't really like calling it a fanfic. But it is about Knuckles becoming the guardian of the Master Emerald. My storyline is Knuckles is a kid on the island. He has his mother and his grandfather. They're the only ones left. Okay? And his grandfather is the guardian of the Master Emerald. And they're trying to tell Knuckles... and here's the thing. Knuckles wants to explore the world, actually. He wants to leave the island when he's older and explore the world. And they're telling him, like, oh, well, I mean, you're gonna be... You have to learn, to protect the Master Emerald and stuff, because he's the namesake of the legacy of their tribe, and they want to prepare him as the last of the tribe to find a way to hide the Master Emerald on the island somewhere. They create a hidden palace for this purpose, knowing that the Echidnas will eventually be no more, and no one's going to be left to guard the Master Emerald. And Knuckles is like, first off, I'm not staying on the island. Like, I want to go explore, and if I have to, I'll just take the emerald with me, and they're like, you can't do that because the Master Emerald can be used by bad people. Knuckles doesn't get it, but what happens is at some point... What?
Nothing.
Don't be random.
But that's her thing.
Yeah.
I was thinking something.
Okay, but here's the thing. So, my concept here. In the middle of the night, Knuckles, suddenly something happens to him, right? Some kind of energy flows through him. His mother comes to him, and Knuckles is like, what's going on here? And the mother realizes something that Knuckles doesn't. That this means that Knuckles' grandfather has passed away. Because Knuckles' grandfather was the guardian of the Master Emerald, and Knuckles doesn't realize this, but once the grandfather passes away, the Master Emerald chooses the next guardian, and the Master Emerald has chosen Knuckles as the next guardian. So Knuckles doesn't really have a choice. Like, he is the guardian of the Master Emerald, like, not just assigned to him by another person, but like, he's connected to the Master Emerald, and Knuckles takes it more seriously because the grandfather passed away. Eventually his mom passes away, and Knuckles is the last one left, and he's there protecting the island and the emerald, and that's why he is the way he is and why he's a loner and stuff. But in Sonic Frontiers, he says he wishes he could go explore the world and stuff, and Sonic Hailey, I'm being serious here. Quit
No,
laughing.
I'm laughing the chat.
But what about... Man, I was trying to get people invested.
I love your
I
story.
love your story.
It's on the chat.
the chat.
This man has an entire head novel at the ready. Lore master potential, I'm just saying.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
Knuckles in Sonic Frontiers, you know, that's why he wants to explore the world, he reveals, but like, Sonic's kind of like, hey, look, you can. There's still a way to do this, you know? But the other reason why I had this story too, and this is going to connect. In Sonic Adventure, at the beginning of Knuckles' story, he says, I don't know why I was given this job, why it was my fate, destined to be here forever. And it's like, it does sound like Knuckles is like, I don't know about anything about my ancestry, my past. I don't know why things are the way they are. I don't know why I'm the guardian, why I have to be here, but I just know that I have to, you know? And it's like, well, you could just leave. So maybe, like I said, maybe the Master Emerald chose him. And I think that that was part of the pact that Tikal made with the Master Emerald to stop chaos, was that, hey, to keep anyone else from trying to abuse the power of the Master Emerald and preventing more tragedy, we're gonna, like, these remaining echidnas will survive on this plot of land that we're going to raise into the sky and turn into Angel Island, and they will be assigned the guardians and, you know, protect it from anyone who would try to take it. Knuckles is the last one, so his duty is to protect it until his last breath and hide it away. But Sonic coming into his life means Knuckles has an opportunity to avoid that grim fate. Even though we're never going to get to that point of his life, we know that he doesn't have to be alone. You know, he has friends that will help him protect the Master Emerald. Or even Chaos. Chaos is good, and Chaos is back, and Chaos protects the Master Emerald, like in Sonic Battle, when Eggman appears with the Death Egg and all that stuff. I'm just saying, Knuckles can leave the island in Sonic Heroes, Shadow the Hedgehog, Sonic Riders, all those games, because Chaos is there. He just has to trust that there's others who will protect the Master Emerald once he's gone. He can still pass on the torch without it being another echidna. Just saying, Sega, I got you.
Again,
Yes.
I like it.
Hire this man. He is literally gonna print you money. What, right?
Money,
Well,
Money, money, money.
If I get a money printing machine, then I'll literally print it, but I don't know if that's legal. He said literally, so I'm just like,
Seriously, look at the chat.
I did. Sega will find you one day. Seriously, we need new games that aren't about Sonic. We need this animated. I will try to animate that someday. Catch me in about 20 years.
The little mermaid.
Ah! Every time I turn, you're like right next to me.
Look, look.
No, oh wait, this one? Wait, what? Knuckles, the little echidna? I read that earlier. That's what you were laughing about earlier. But I didn't notice. Knuckles, down there where they walk, down there where they run, down there where they stay on the ground. It doesn't even rhyme! Wish I could be part of their world. Down where they stay on the ground and have fun. Something like that, maybe. Why am I entertaining this? Is it just because Knuckles has red hair?
Yes.
Yes.
The little
Look, man,
echidna.
you just started singing. I just grabbed the popcorn and let's see where this goes.
Just have popcorn at the ready and you didn't offer any?
Look, man, all the stuff I've gotten on in like different places of the internet, you'd be surprised how ready to go this popcorn is.
One more lore thing too.
Okay.
You know that meme, Aliens?
Yes.
Yes.
I think it's funny. I was talking to Hailey about this earlier. How like we have like gods and creatures and stuff, right, in the world. But even before that, the Chaos Emeralds, aliens. Because of the ancients.
I mean,
The
Babylonians are aliens too.
too.
Yeah. No. But I'm talking about the Chaos Emeralds.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They came to Earth because of aliens. But they never actually said that they're created by the ancients. So a lot of people think that they are. I beg to differ for now, because the Master Emerald is on Earth, and the ancients didn't know about that. And the emeralds were drawn to it. I think that the ancients were using the emeralds to make their technology. I don't think they created the emeralds. I think the emeralds have, been around, to put lightly. But in the original old school game lore, they did say that the emeralds came from the gods, mysteriously, and that the Master Emerald was later created to counteract the Chaos Emeralds because of people abusing its power. Now, in that lore, they also say on South Island an ancient civilization abused the power of the emeralds and they got wiped out. That could be the Echidna clan, because maybe Angel Island comes from South Island. It is connected to Station Square by train, and Station Square is connected to Central City, which is connected to Green Hill Zone. I'm just saying. South Island. But also, it could be the ancients, because they also migrated to a place that would eventually become Mystic Ruins and became the Chow. Or maybe it's a coincidence. Maybe they didn't think about that. Maybe they did see that and they tried to tie this to that, but maybe they didn't. Maybe they are just completely forgetting about the lore that they wrote in Sonic 1, because it's lore they wrote in Sonic 1. There's multiple versions of that lore, totally different lore. For all we know, they could have just scrapped that completely. But if they chose to keep that element of it, they could tie it to modern day lore, and it would work. Lore Master 101, 301 actually.
Why
301.
Because I'm that advanced.
Okay, X, we get it. You're trying to sell Sega that you are a lore master. No, scratch that. The lore master.
Yeah.
I think they got the memo.
It's a running gag. Deal with it.
I know. I know, but don't expect something in the mail from Sega by tomorrow after this.
But if I do, I'll let you know.
That'd be awesome. They did.
When can we play Sonic Rumble?
Whenever it comes out, and hopefully that it's good.
And Sonic Rumble is gonna be cross-platform too. So if you guys want to all play it together,
Yes.
We
We need to.
yeah, I'd like to play it with you, Hailey, and Hope. Live stream that. We played Fall Guys. Oh, yeah.
I mean, I have with that.
They didn't put Fall Guys on here.
You
You know what? That's true.
I mean, after Mean Bean Machine, they grew legs and hands, and then they started offing themselves in the game of tournament, I guess. I don't know. Whatever. Anyways, that is the Sonic lore canon. We did it in a very quick 2 hours and 20 minutes.
Beautiful.
I hope you all enjoyed. If you're watching this, we actually finished it a lot earlier, and we just spent another hour talking about it. Yeah, it's pretty airtight, Gio.
Yes, it almost airtight. Almost. There's a few gaps.
Including my 40% addition to what they wrote here.
Oh yeah, but yeah, that is pretty airtight. I don't think anything's gonna leak out.
Yep, nothing gets in, nothing gets out. Once the oxygen runs out, that's it. Dead. Everything, everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Just as we want it.
We will get there. Look, Novel Jazz, I get it. You want Sonic Unleashed stream. We will get there when we get there.
One way dream. What about Night of the Werehog? Whatever. But yeah, thank you for watching the Hedgehog Zone. You guys are my peeps. Gio, Hailey, I appreciate you guys existing.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I appreciate
That's
your
the highest compliment anyone has given me.
Alright, I hear you can play that on PC somehow. Yes! Yes, you just get the actual files of the game, or yeah, you just do that. Let's just keep it at that. You get the actual files from your game, your copy of the 360 version. You transfer those files to your PC, and then you go through this whole recompilation process that's I don't know how to explain. But you can do it, and you can play it on your PC. It's your legit game. It's not an emulation. It's the actual game. Actually ported to PC, but fan ported. I hear you do have to download one of the DLCs for one of the acts in order to make a certain stage not crash. But other than that, Hope says get well soon, Gio.
Get well.
Get well.
Yeah. Hopefully, I can get this nose cleaned out by June.
Okay. That's a
Oh, wait,
visual.
Oh, wait, is it allergies?
He's sick.
Yeah, it's allergies, and plus I'm recovering from a pretty bad bug my grandparents gave me. That was fun.
Oh, dang.
Well, you should have told them to give you a more well-behaved bug.
Look, I tried, but it came from New Orleans.
Isn't one
Yeah,
of
I don't know
our
how that place-
Hailey? Isn't one of our friends in New Orleans right now?
Yep.
Nice. Cajun rice. Wait, is that New Orleans? I don't know. Whatever. New Orleans? Is there a right way to pronounce that?
I think it's New
I think it's
New
New
Orleans,
Orleans.
New Orleans.
Gumbo. I love gumbo. I remember I always wanted to try it. Gumbo sounds like it'd be more gooey and sticky though, because it's gumbo, but it's not. But it's really good. Just rice, and it's basically like a stew, but with rice in it, and other things
Nice.
you want to put in. But it's good. I love gumbo. Biscuits and gravy, chicken and dumplings. All right. Thank you all for joining me today. We will definitely try to play Sonic Unleashed soon. I might do another stream before Sonic Unleashed because, like I said, I'm procrastinating on that process because it sounds. But you know, I'll do something. I'll stream something. You know, whatever. And yeah, I'm a happy Sonic fan. I'm just throwing that out there.
Yeah, I mean, this makes sense.
Oh, maybe the Game Gear games have to be canon in some form because Fang is here. Oh,
I mean,
also that
figure
one,
out.
also that one celebration comic for Knuckles, because after Sonic Superstars, Knuckles goes to the North Star Island, and tries to train Trip to be a better guardian. So just throwing that out there. There you go. Now it's airtight. No breathing available.
Yes. Anyways,
Good stream, team. Thanks. You're welcome. Have a good one. Good night. Good evening. See you next time. We'll just randomly pop up.
bye-bye.
Next time I should schedule a stream like 3 days in advance so more people will know, like, hey, they're back. We're so back. Okay?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. Thank you again for joining. Bye, you. Bye, you. Bye, you, Novel Jazz.
Bye.
Laters.